I can catch up with you, even though we have officially ended. I can hang on here and
Okay.
sort of bring you up to speed. Yes, so you must be Professor Muchie.
Yes, yes, yes.
Professor Muchie, I am humbled. I am very humbled and thankful that you've taken time to join
Yes.
us today. I've heard
Yeah.
a lot about you, and
Yes.
would you like for me to briefly tell you about what the university is all about, what we are trying to
Yes.
do?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so our goal is to liberalize education in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
because we understand that not everyone has access to quality
Mm-hmm.
education in Africa. Not everyone can afford tuition. That's number
Mm-hmm.
one. And even for those who have access, you and I can testify that if you look at Africa as a whole, we are not teaching a lot of our students how to be Africans. In other words,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
culture is missing and our history is missing. So there's no sense of self. So we end up learning a lot of things and we don't apply those things that we are learning to Africa. That is what there's an attrition rate, a high attrition rate, where a lot of folks who have advanced degrees or who want to pursue advanced degrees leave Africa and go to other countries to settle down. So what we're trying to provide content that is relevant, and make it such that as students are learning, they are thinking about how to apply themselves to their own African community. So that's a nutshell what we are trying to do. And we are recruiting folks with PhDs, folks with masters, with advanced degrees all over Africa to come and teach. We'll train them on how to teach, and we would love to have you on board to help us and to guide us as we try to position content and make it relevant to the African
Very good.
context. So that is a nutshell what we're trying to do. So in the first
Mm.
phase, we are offering all our courses online. And then in the second phase, we are developing a model where people can actually teach wherever they are. We have mini centers where they can go and take a course. So
Mm-hmm.
let me pause there, maybe get some reactions from you, or maybe get some input from you, sir.
So you are unlocking the education, the down.
Yes, sir.
We
You
are in
got it.
lockdown, but you are unlocked downing education, and you are trying to create the African education. But I think this is a serious issue. Uh, the education system and the universities we have are universities in Africa. They are not African universities. So
Mm,
what we need is to Africanize it is extremely important. Uh, we also don't know, no, sincerely, we don't know the knowledge heritage and the spiritual heritage that we in Africa have a very rich heritage, but we don't know it, and we don't value it, and we copy, we
mm,
mimic. So I think the entire education system has to be to bring our African agency in the education sector. We do need genuinely to really rethink it, redesign it, re-engineer the whole education system. And the indigenous knowledge has to be the different cultures also from different African cultures. Instead of saying we are different because we speak different languages, we should find what is the shared value that we can bring together from all of us, and then enrich our culture, our values, our tradition, our knowledge, everything. We can create an ocean of knowledge from the Sahara Desert of the knowledge we have about Africa now. So I think it's extremely important that the indigenous knowledge system, even the curriculum, has to be done in a very systematic way. I think, I mean, how many of you know, for example, the Yoruba mathematical, binary mathematical logic? I mean, there's mathematics that you have done, which is extraordinary, which is connected to the internet system now, the computer system now, the mathematical models, everything from our own culture We don't know how to multiply and divide, add. We had a different mathematical. I can show you that. I can, if you give me an hour, I can explain to you how this has been done. How
Wow.
many, how many of the people in Nigeria know that you have created this knowledge?
Wow.
You don't know. You see, and there's so many other things I can tell you. So we have a serious issue. I think we should do it. And on the traditional medicine now we are in this coronavirus, all this kind of. It's not just coronavirus. They're expecting there will be virus every year now. It's going to be because of the way the entire world has been going on, the air, the land, the sea, the space, all right? Plus the way the economy has been functioning, the carbon diet that we have been taking, all this that we've been generating with the production systems that is that what has, and the demographic, everything together, they have created a situation where the planet is, when the weather pattern changes, also viruses are created. So it's not just this coronavirus, more viruses will come. Because of this, I think a serious education that also builds us from our own herbal, traditional medicine, many things like that, our own people have been doing. That also has to be, innovation has to be created. We should innovate it, make it available to us to solve even our daily problems. You see, even empower our own people. So there's a lot we could do, my brother. There's a lot. This is an excellent opportunity that you have opened. I have been also trying to do the Africana Postgraduate Academy, where I want all the our own. We just run an online with Zoom one day, and we had over 200 people participating from all over the world. I like us. I'll also send you by email what we did. I like us also to participate, where we also do training, very systematic training of all our researchers and everything, so that they focus on doing things that we should know that we have not been allowed to know. I think we should do it. I think we should completely and I'm really proud of you that you are really making this serious effort where we Africans must know each other, work with each other. We have really great values and very great philosophies that we should really bring it back, and then we should work. Thank you. Sorry for taking time, but thank you.
No, no,
Yes.
please don't apologize. This is amazing. Thank you for sharing. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
I am inspired just by what you have shared. Um,
Yes.
and I will definitely be talking with you about helping us to make sure that we enrich and fortify every course with indigenous knowledge. I think that's
Yes.
powerful. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about the Yoruba, the Yoruba
Yeah.
mathematical system.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing it, you know.
You see,
And
you see, I'm more Nigerian than you.
I agree. I agree, and I doff my hat for sure on that one. Oh yes, and I think that is
You should be
that
Ethiopian. I should be Nigerian. We should be like that.
absolutely. That's how it should be. In fact, this. So I teach international
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
right? And
What?
I teach international business courses here.
Okay. Ah,
And something that I started doing is instead of asking students um, to do research on different countries, right? You know how sometimes if you give an assignment to a student in international business, we call it, there's an assignment called market entry. So they have to study the country, do a country profile, understand the culture, the politics, and then figure out, okay, how can I position my product as I try to go from the US into this country, right? So I stopped doing that. Instead of asking students to look at Africa at the country level, I actually push them to look at Africa from the ethnic level. Because if you look at Africa from the country level, you miss out a lot of things. Just like I've missed out on the Yoruba math system. I didn't know about that because we're always learning about Nigeria, which is fine, but we've got to delve deeper and learn about, what did the Yorubas contribute to the world? What did the Igbos contribute? How about the Zulu people, right? How about people from Dahomey? So we start looking at the different ethnic groups and their contributions in Africa. And that's what I've been doing. So I've been slowly learning about the different ethnic groups. I know there are 3,000, over 3,000 ethnic groups in Africa,
Yeah.
but one by one, I'm getting to appreciate all of them.
Yes. Yeah. I just want to say something very important.
Yes,
It's important to acknowledge from all our different cultural communities or language communities, what is it that we can, what do they know, what is something we could draw, and then we need to integrate it, we need to bring it together. As African, we should do that. For example, now I have a very, very good brother. His name is Sunday Ojo. He's a professor here in South Africa, and he has been also teaching in Botswana University. Very, very, very. You know what he's doing now? He's getting older, and then what he did was he's trying to do what he's calling digitalizing all the African languages. African languages. You see, that is what he's trying to do. And then we actually now he set up a new institute, a new institute where the indigenous language, African languages, how we could do the digitalizing, everything. In fact, he should be part of this process, what your project. And I wish he had the, I should have told him to come. I think it's my mistake. He's very, 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 very important. I'm sincerely telling you. He's a great brother, genuine African, and wants to bring all the thousands of African languages and retain them, sustain them, but at the same time, make them work together. Another brother is from Ghana. Kwesi Pra is his name. He also has a center here in Cape Town. Kasas is its name, the name. And again, this very powerful study on African languages. And he says the root languages, the root languages of in Africa are no more than 11. The rest are sound variations. So we are one people. I'm sincerely telling you, I'm Ethiopian and you are Nigerian, but we are the same. The division, the borders were not drawn by us. The previous, if you see the map of Africa before the imperial time, the map is very different from when the Europeans came and split us together, divide and rule us, use our ethnic variation to actually also divide us. What we need to do now is appreciate. For example, if excellent knowledge has come from the Yorubas, we appreciate it. If it comes from the Igbo, we appreciate it. You know, this kind of thing we should do. And from anyone, but not to say, to divide ourselves, to make it like, you know, we need this land, this economic gain, this, on that, we should completely be out of it. We need to find a new formula. We're Africans, we're humans, and we also are connected to God, because we do need God now more than any other time. So I think it's very, very important, my brother. We think like this.
yes,
We need to unthink, to rethink, unlearn, to relearn in a different way, to unvalue, to revalue our own selves, that others have devalued us in our time. Look what's happening now, whether they true or not, wherever the racism just it comes out in this crisis time. There are many strange things that are happening against Africans.
yes.
It's really sickening. We should not be in this situation. If we in Africa unite, we are together. Trust me, we have huge resources. Our resources are more than anything in the world. Trust me, all of us will be millionaires if we know how to manage it well. No, sincerely. Since we'll be like that, we don't need anyone outside. We can just work with each other, trade with each other, work with each other with love, and not hurt you. Why would I? In our philosophy, we say hurting you is not allowed. Better I hurt myself than hurting my brother. There's an I in you, there is a you in I. Ubuntu, Maat, many philosophies, if you see. The African philosophy is the richest in the world. Much better, it will save this world. It's not just us Africans. We have all this, but we don't know it. We don't study it. It's not in our curriculum. It's not in our university. So please, my brother, create your university. I back you 100%.
Wow, thank you